Welcome back to the sixth episode of the Benchwarmers podcast. We are your hosts, Jacob,
Sam.
And Baden.
and we are going to give you the rundown on sports this week. And to start it off, I'm going to hand it over to Sam for the Cavs.
That's me. I'm Sam. That was so bad. I'm sorry. So I had a thing that I wanted to do. I have a pitch for why the Cavs are contenders in a minute or less.
I very much agree with this.
So I'm not gonna have to work very hard to convince anybody here, because we're all Cleveland fans, unless somebody isn't, and in which case we're gonna have some problems. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna go on with the assumption that we all are. So I have my timer right here. 1 minute starting now. So according to this site called the Tankathon, we have had the hardest.
I saw this.
We have had the hardest strength of schedule so far, and from now on, starting with this game against the Bulls, we will have the easiest 30th, and we have gone 13-12, and with our current strength of schedule, hardest. So when we get to the easiest portion, we'll be set. We are the fourth-ranked team defensively, behind a bunch of other contenders like Golden State. Everybody's getting healthy. We just got Jetty back. Who else have we? Lamar Stevens returned a couple games ago, so that was nice. And Garland, oh my God, Darius Garland. He's beautiful. I love him. Smoochies.
Darius Garland.
Oh, I have 15 seconds. Sorry. You can talk in a second. But so from the past few games, 31 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and almost a triple-double. And he's going to be an all-star, I hope. Cavs are contenders. That was a minute and a second.
Very much agree.
So, Baden, you can talk now. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Darius Garland is just the improvement. Like, I just remember watching him 2 years ago, seeing how awful he was. It was so bad. I mean, we're talking just worst starter in basketball bad.
Yeah.
He's a potential all-star level player now. It's great to see the improvement.
So wild, too, because early in the season, he wasn't. Obviously he was playing well, but as sad as it is to see Colin injured, I'm not sure if we would have ever seen this type of play from Darius Garland without somebody who is used as much as Sexton being out or just not playing. Yeah. So I love seeing Darius Garland play this well.
Yeah, Garland's taking a huge step, and I think Garland, along with the addition of Mobley from the draft, and the absolute steal in the Rubio trade, it's all propelling us to what looks like it's going to be a really good season, and hopefully a playoff berth.
Actually, this is sorry, 1 second. I just wanted to shout out the Rockets fans, the Rockets franchise, actually, for fumbling the bag so extraordinarily and practically gifting the Cavs this playoff berth. So let's see. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. So when they traded James Harden, a part of that trade was Jarrett Allen. We traded Dante Exum and a second rounder in order to get Jarrett Allen. They could have had Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen, but they ended up with Victor Oladipo and a bunch of firsts.
And Karis LeVert still might end up as a Cav. We'll see. He's a,
Yeah.
he's a target at the trade deadline.
Yeah, because
Is there an NBA trade deadline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a target of the Cavs.
Yeah, no. Because reports have been coming out recently that they want to kind of hit the rebuild button. They've been shopping a lot of people, mainly Brogdon and Turner.
And Sabonis.
Oh yeah, Brogdon. Oh, not Brogdon. Sorry, Turner and Sabonis. I love Malcolm Brogdon, but that's a story for another day. Big Malcolm Brogdon fan. But they fumbled the Jarrett Allen bag, and then of course, with the second overall pick, we picked Jalen Green. Who, again, I don't want to diss Jalen Green.
You can't judge a player this early.
I am choosing to, and Evan Mobley better than Jalen Mid. That wasn't even a good pun, but Jalen Mid. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue, Baden. Sorry.
I mean, it's just he's clearly better. Mobley's clearly better. I mean, Jalen Green has higher potential. I mean, not honestly higher potential, but I misspoke.
No way you just said that.
That's so wild.
That's heresy.
As a guard, it's definitely a lot harder to be great immediately. So I'm not really surprised about his struggles. But yeah, Evan Mobley still is he's better. It's facts.
Mobley better. The NBA.com Trey rookie standings just came out, and I let me find it real quick. Be a rookie ladder, right? Yeah, that's it.
Wow, Sam
Evan
Google's
Mobley-
that. Oh, no, go for it.
Yeah, sorry. Evan Mobley's number one, and sorry, can I see where Jalen Green is?
You're gonna have to scroll a
Oh.
while, huh?
Oh, sorry, he's not there. Not a top 10 rookie, Jalen Green, but ranked beneath Herb Jones and Ayo Desumnu.
Hey,
Fan of Ayo too.
I know Herb Jones slander.
Oh,
Alright?
I'm a big fan of Herb Jones. He's
Is amazing.
yes indeed. But Evan Mobley, oh my God, so beautiful. What a guy. And Jacob, you can continue on from here while I find something else, a stat that I want.
We love to give Evan Mobley credit, and I just want to say one more thing we really need to give Mobley credit for was his return from injury. He was it was
Absolutely.
I believe it was 2 to 4 weeks. He did it in less than 2 and went straight back to his elite performance. That just shows how great of a player Mobley is.
Yes. I mean, that's the perfect, no better way I could have put that, actually.
He's
I
truly
wanna
the
talk-
Nick Chubb of the Cavs.
Yeah. Wild. That's awesome. So I want another Cavs player that I wanted to talk about really quick, who's having actually an incredible stretch of games, is Jarrett Allen, who we were just talking about. Jarrett Allen in the past, what is that, for 8 games, 25 points, 25, 17, 28, 19, 28, 19, 25, 20. All except one on above 50% shooting. And rebounds 9, 10, 13, 11, 14, 11, 11, 15. I mean, Cavs probably won't have 2 All-Stars, but my 2 All-Star picks for them are Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen. They've just been so incredible together as a duo. Tower City is my new favorite nickname of all time.
My gosh, that's amazing. That's actually really good. Tower City.
That is a
Yeah, I
great
know.
name.
It's all over Twitter. I'm just commandeering it, I suppose. I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
I love that the Cavs are like, I can't even remember the last time the Cavs were watchable without LeBron. I wasn't born. You
We were
weren't
not.
born. No one, with the exception of my grandfather, listening to this podcast, was even born yet. Without LeBron. Like, the Cavs are historically a poverty franchise without LeBron James, unfortunately. Other than, of course, our years of Price and,
Mark Price. King.
yeah, we had some good years way back when, but the Cavs haven't been good in my lifetime without LeBron until now. So it's really great to see them come back.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get on to the Cavs preview. We play the 17-8, I believe, or 17-8, soon to be 17-9 Bulls. See what it. So COVID is killing the Bulls.
Oh yeah, DeRozan's out.
There's no good way to put it. DeRozan is out, Caruso is out, and Javonte Green, who's been a really good bench contributor for them, is out. So that leaves, of course, still the deadly duo of Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. So we throw Okoro onto LaVine and Jarrett Allen and Mobley onto Vucevic, who's actually he started off the year not great, but having a little bit of a stretch right now.
Forget about my boy Lonzo Ball.
Oh wow! How did I forget? Sorry, Lonzo Ball, my favorite NBA Twitter influencer, NBA Paint. NBA Paint should sponsor us too. Made a pun about that. Sorry, I'm rambling. So really, the only goal for tonight is to pray that we can stop their guard combination. I'm not really super worried about us stopping Nikola Vucevic. I think Mobley can do it, but Lonzo Ball and Balzac.
Balls. No.
To be clear, for the listeners, that is Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine.
Yeah, we don't even have the Balzac. It's so sad.
That would be DeMar DeRozan.
Jacob's only clarifying this for his grandfather, and I'm here for it. Yeah, so just pray to God that we can stop them. It would be nice to go to 14-12. And if we can, just to wrap up this little Cavs segment, just to go into the All-Star break at 500, playing the schedule we've played, missing Colin Sexton, dealing with injuries and COVID, would be phenomenal.
I think this last stretch, the Cavs are 13-12 right now. They'll hopefully be 14-12 after this game. But they've had 6 games in 10 nights against all the teams they played were over 500. And of those games, I believe 5 of them were road games. They've had a super tough stretch, and they came out of it 4-2. They looked really good during the stretch, playing against Eastern Conference contenders, and that's on very little rest. When they, as that Sam pointed out earlier says, when they get their easy schedule, they're gonna dominate, and they're probably gonna end up top 8 in the East, which is where they need to be.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think if we're able to finish off the rest of everything before the All-Star break, we've played well, and you get at least one of Darius Garland or Jarrett Allen in the All-Star game. That's a massive W, because if you guys don't remember, Cleveland is hosting the All-Star game this year.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
sir.
that's true.
So I don't know. I think that crowd would just be electric, seeing one of our guys that's not named LeBron James as an All-Star.
Yeah.
When's the last? It must have been Kyrie, the last non-LeBron All-Star for the Cavs.
Yeah, it's Kyrie.
It's been a while.
I low-key miss Kyrie. I'm not gonna lie.
No, stop.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when Kyrie was on the team,
Yeah, of course when Kyrie was on the team, but
In part, we do owe our championship to Kyrie. That step back three, LeBron carried us all series, but that shot was all Kyrie, beating Curry, and our big three all went crazy that game. LeBron dominating all game, the chase down block, Kyrie with that dagger 3, and then Love shutting down Curry to end it.
Oh my God, Love shutting down Curry is the most underrated thing that Kevin Love did that series. I was literally just watching it instead of doing stuff that I should have been doing earlier. I should have been studying for the midterm, but Curry is trying to work him, and he just can't. It's so magnificent. He's dribbling, he's in between the legs, and he's trying to step back, and he just can't. Kevin Love shut him down.
I would agree with you, Sam, on saying that's the most underrated thing Kevin Love did in the series. That was the only thing he did in that series. I'm not gonna lie. J.R. averaged more points per game than him, but that's a tangent for another day.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to kind of move on from basketball?
I just actually wanted to talk about one last thing.
Yeah.
So you were just talking about that 4-2 stretch. We had one of those. We could have been 5-1. I was at that Utah Jazz game, which might have been our only home game during that stretch.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so painful. We were down 15. We came back. We were within 1. We had the ball for the last possession, and Garland's shot rims out. And Mobley almost tips in the game winner. He probably got fouled, but the Cavs lost that game. And we are one of only 3 teams in the league to not lose a game by more than 15. It's us, Utah, and one other team, and I don't know who that is, but just a fun fact I thought I should share.
All right, so I'm gonna give my NBA big winners and big losers of the week.
Right, yeah, this.
So okay, in the East, I'm gonna start off with big winners. I've got two. The Cavs would have been by far and away big winners, but they've had a 2-game losing streak against 2 top 5 teams in the NBA. So it kind of sours that good run a little bit, but they're still up there. And then my other one is the Bulls on a 4-game win streak, but hopefully
Yeah.
the Cavs end that tonight.
0.
And then in the West is interesting. I kind of want to say the Rockets, right? The Rockets have won 6 straight. They've
Gotta
moved
be
up.
the Rockets.
Yeah, they moved up from last to third to last. Not great, but way better than they were before. So you can say the Rockets. And then of the teams who are contending, the Grizzlies have had a great week, 5 straight. Jazz, 4 straight. Then the Warriors ending the Suns streak. That's also up there, and now they're on top of the West.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. The fun, exciting, well, not so fun, exciting Cavs news. Lauri Markkanen, according to a news site, is due to start his mandatory military service the day after.
Oh my god.
The day after the regular season ends. So
Wait.
I was doing a little research, and apparently if we make the playoffs, it's more than likely that they'll find a way to delay it. They usually give a little bit of leeway to athletes. But when he does start it, I think it takes about 5 or 6 months. And so we'll be missing him for that. So that's what I wanted to share.
I think if we lose Lauri Markkanen to the Finland military in the playoffs, if that actually happens, I mean I wouldn't even be mad. I'm gonna be honest. That's just too funny.
I wouldn't even know how to feel about that, to be honest. Like, just imagine on the injury report, Lauri Markkanen out, military.
The draft.
So long. So it's 165 days. I think.
Oh man. All right. So Cavs game tips off in 5 minutes. Let's hear some game predictions.
I'm gonna say the Cavaliers win in overtime, 118 to 112.
Oh, I like that prediction. I like that. I don't think, however, our offense is that electric enough. So I'm predicting Mobley has a 20-10 game. A Cavs win 98 to 88.
I think we're gonna, I think we got to keep it low. That's the key here. They don't have a great offense. They have a great offense, but their stars are out. I think we play Belichick style and we win 62 to 54.
That's 15 on per quarter. Oh my goodness.
I actually, if we're going with that, then I think Jarrett Allen has all of our 62 points. And Darius Garland ends with 20 assists.
That would be amazing.
Oh,
That'd be beautiful. Oh, man. All right, so Jacob, you want to take it away for our next segment?
All right, so I think next up we're going to talk a little bit about college football. College football playoffs were finalized. Alabama at 1, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, Cincinnati 4. First off, just like, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Honestly, I think this is the right rankings. These are the right teams. I don't really think you can debate this, and I love the matchups. I think we're gonna get some really interesting matchups.
I agree. I think it was pretty drama free. There were an obvious 4 teams. If Oklahoma State had won, it would have been interesting. But this is definitely the right 4 who should be in. As sad as I am that the Buckeyes didn't make it, they didn't deserve to make it.
It's understandable. Yeah. So, are we gonna do our New Year's 6 predictions?
All right, sure. New Year's 6.
First one, we'll go with the Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame and Oklahoma State.
This is gonna be a good.
That's gonna be a good game.
Me personally, something tells me this is the only bad game of the New Year's 6.
Really?
I think this will be a shootout.
I think Notre Dame's gonna run Oklahoma State out of the building. That's just my.
We're gonna call this one a bad one, and we have Ohio State versus Utah on the billing.
I think Ohio State versus Utah is gonna be good. For some reason I feel like that game's just there's It shouldn't be.
I think OSU is going to take out all of their anger on Utah and win by like 50.
Yeah.
But
No
for Notre
Utah
Dame,
hate, but
Oklahoma State, I think it'll be a good game, a shootout, and I think Notre Dame will come away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see it. I actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna be different. I like this Oklahoma State team a lot. I'm a big Oklahoma State fan, only because I don't like the Oklahoma Sooners. So Oklahoma State is gonna win. It's gonna be a close one, but I
So
think that like legitimately they'll win.
there's issues about quarterbacks in Oklahoma named Spencer, and so because of that, Notre Dame wins 44 to 20.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Solid logic there. Solid logic.
Next game, Ole Miss at Baylor in the Sugar Bowl.
This is gonna be a. I like this game a lot. I like this game a lot. So I guess I going pretty much zero about uh pretty much zero about college football. The what it's the Ole Miss Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So simple theory: Rebels have guns, Bears don't. Rebels shoot the Bears. Rebels come out with the win.
You can't argue with that. You really can't.
That is true.
Because you can't say that a bear would beat the rebel unless it's like, okay, so like depends. Do they start like 100 yards away from each other? Because if they do, then of course the rebel's gonna win. He has a gun. He shoots the bear from long range. But if it's like a box, it's like a cage match, and he's got to react quickly, and there's this huge bear coming at him. Like, is the rebel really gonna win?
It's true. That's true.
So I think it depends on the proximity. That's my answer.
Well, it's a neutral. It's a neutral field. So what is it like a forest? Do we think the setting's like a forest?
I think a neutral location would be a forest with lots of trees, but still they're far enough away from each other that if the rebel knows what he's doing, he can get a shot off.
I think that this Ole Miss team is ranked number 8. I think it's hard. I think it's hard to say that this rebel doesn't know what he's doing.
I agree. But Baylor ranked number 7. Number 1 bear team in the world.
Better than the Chicago ones, that's for sure.
For sure. In a more football sense, I guess, to be lame.
Ooh, you
Football
suck.
schmutball.
I know, so lame. Ole Miss is just a better team. There's just
Yeah.
nothing to be around. They have the better quarterback. He'll probably be the first quarterback taken in the draft in Matt Kirk. Although, I mean, I don't know if he should be. Like,
Take.
Malik Willis, I think, definitely has a chance to be the first QB taken. But it's probably going to be Matt Corral. Explosive offense. I don't think Baylor will be able to keep up. And because of that, Ole Miss wins. Not so much in a shootout, but I mean, I guess a shootout, but I don't think Baylor is going to ever really be close.
I can see that.
All right. So, what's the next game on our agenda, Baden?
Next game is, I believe, the Peach Bowl. Yeah, Peach Bowl, Michigan State, and Pitt.
I like this game a lot. What's the? Oh man, it's Kenny something, and I just don't
Pickett?
remember.
It's Pickett, right?
Yeah, pick it.
Yeah,
Kenny
that fake
Pickett.
slide.
That's
Yo,
that's a weird. We got to talk about that.
We need to talk about this right now. All right, one, I'm giving Kenny Pickett props. That's a top 5 play I've seen a quarterback make in the history of football. All right, that is a top 5 play I've ever seen. But there has been a lot of backfire from it, and there's reason. Like you just put the defense in a completely impossible position where now it might be a situation where defenses are now expecting fake slides, and when that happens, like it's just that I think that just brings a whole nother level of controversy that I don't think we can answer unless we truly see it consistently happen.
Yeah. So I think the problem, like I was looking at like the quote tweets on it on Twitter, and like a lot of that, already what we've seen in the NFL is that targeting is.
He's back.
My Discord just crashed.
All right, make sure that, or is it still recording?
Yeah.
It's
We're still recording.
All right. So, one of the big problems we've seen in the NFL, like QB hits and targeting penalties, they get called a lot, and a lot of it's like unreasonable. Like, we've all seen like the Myles Garrett, like he taps the quarterback and it gets called. Right. I know it's a different situation where he's running, but the quarterback's still going to get like the benefit of the doubt in that situation. Defenses either have to give up a touchdown or possibly get ejected or give up a ton of yards on those subsequent penalties. So my vote, although it was a super sick play, I liked watching it. Like, I can't deny that it was awesome. But the problem with it is that it just skews it unfairly towards the offense.
I agree.
Yeah, I think honestly, if fake slides continue to happen, then at some point in the rule book, you're just gonna say, all right, if you're willing to fake slide, then you're also willing to take a big, massive hit and no penalty. Like I think that's just how it's gonna have to work.
I like that. I like that rule. I'd be for it. Lamar Jackson making that play though, that would be so cool. Like, I'm just picturing it in my mind. I hate the Ravens, sewer birds, but
I believe the term is rat birds.
rat birds. Sorry, I don't know my Browns terminology. That's my bad. But Lamar Jackson making that play would be so wild to see. I would love to see it happen.
And honestly, I don't even think the fake slide is going to be a major crazy issue because that's a difficult play to see, or not to see, to do. And if you look closely on the play, Kenny Pickett's knee moves really weird, and it like doesn't look like natural at all. So
it looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt. So I don't know if that's a play a lot of quarterbacks are going to be willing to make. And it's not like every quarterback has Kenny Pickett type ability. Obviously, there's quarterbacks like you just said, Lamar Jackson, who has way more ability, but Kenny Pickett's still a pretty fast quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's also it's a safety risk, a health risk for the QB hurting himself. You know, if he screws up, that's where you tear ligaments, right? On faking a slide because your knee, you're sliding inward and then you're bringing it right back up. That's your knee pushing forward, and you could. I mean, that's an injury risk. So I don't know. I think I'm anti fake slide.
And so my actual prediction for this, I think I'm gonna go with. I actually did do a little bit of research on this game because I'm a bit excited about it. I like these. I like the numbers 10 and 13. That was really my only reasoning for it. My vote is it's going to be 33 Panthers, 28 Spartans.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a game where it's like Michigan State has 15 play, 6-7 minute drives with Kenneth Walker running the ball, and then Pitt comes back and goes 3 plays, 75 yards with their elite passing attack against the worst passing attack in all of college football.
I don't understand how that is possible. Like, how is that possible? That a top 25 team, when there's, what, 250 college football teams?
Or I guess, yeah. I don't know if there's that many, but
yeah, it's a contrast of two totally different offense styles.
Yeah, I think because their passing defense is so awful, and they're not that pass explosive team on offense. I think I think Pitt is gonna win. I'm gonna say 38 to 30.
I like that.
W prediction. W take by Baden.
Always. It's just what I do.
So what the last one is the Rose Bowl, right? Ohio State versus Utah.
I guess, yeah. Are we forgetting something?
No, that's only of the non college football playoff.
Yeah. And we'll do our CFP predictions after, I guess.
I think Ohio State. It's gonna be one of those like throwback Ohio State games where they just struggle for no reason to begin the game, and Utah has all the momentum. And then there's gonna be some big play. It's gonna be Travion Henderson, 60 yards on a screen for a touchdown, and all of a sudden that brings us back into the game. C.J. Stroud plays. Honestly, he plays well. It's a defense that kind of sells, and Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson will finish out their careers as Rose Bowl champions.
Do you think Stroud can bring his Heisman case back with a great game today? Or not today, you know what I mean.
No, the Heisman. you, Jacob. The Heisman is going to be decided, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
The game,
Yeah.
February 1st.
All right, so I actually disagree. I think Ohio State is gonna be pissed off beyond belief, like just raging. So my vote is this is gonna be a 45-17 blowout for Ohio State. No hate on Utah, by the way. That Oregon win was pretty impressive, but I just think that this Ohio State team is so good. It's hard to see them losing this game like that, if you know what I mean, or making it close like that.
Alrighty. I think we should go to college football playoff.
Yep. Let's do that.
Which is bowls for that game? It is the Cotton and Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
I believe the Cotton Bowl is Cincinnati. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, Cotton Bowl is Cincinnati versus Alabama.
Yeah.
So I actually want to go first on this one, if that's okay, Baden.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I want Cincinnati to win this game so badly, so I won't listen to any reason. Cincinnati's going to win this game. Is it their quarterback Desmond Ritter?
Ritter, yeah.
Desmond Ritter. He's going to have the greatest game of his career. 300 plus yards, 4 plus touchdowns, game-winning drive because Alabama's just too good to let it be a blowout. Cincinnati is going to be one of the only is going to be the first non-Power 5 team to complete in the what do they call it? I'm showing my ignorance here. Playoff champion. Oh, that's such a bad name. I should have just called it the finals.
College football playoff national championship.
So trash. The CFP NC. Yes, that's it. You're going to be the first non-Power 5 team to win, or at least compete in and win the CFP NC with a score of 31 to 28 over Alabama.
Personally, everybody besides Alabama fans wants Cincinnati to win. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Alabama to win this game besides Alabama fans. I even think some Alabama fans wouldn't mind seeing Cincinnati win this game. It's just hard for me to truly think it's going to happen. So
that makes sense.
The world will rejoice if it happens. But I just think you never know. It's so hard to judge a team like Cincinnati, who has had a pretty weak strength of schedule, but also has not lost a game. So we will see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Alabama 41, Cincinnati 31, and a particularly close game because I think a lot of people like the College Football Playoff Committee. If they see Cincinnati get blown out, then it's gonna be
Never again.
It's gonna be a lot more difficult for not just Cincinnati but another Power 5 school that goes on a streak like Cincinnati has.
Yeah.
To put them into the playoff again.
Yeah, so if Cincinnati, I'm speaking directly to the Cincinnati football team right here. Even if you guys don't win, at least make it close because you guys have to be trailblazers for non-Power 5 teams. If the committee sees you guys get blown out, it'll never happen again.
Yeah,
So do
please.
What the
Please.
fuck does that mean?
God, I want to see something new. Please do it.
We need Cincinnati to represent so that we can get teams like Cincinnati in again. But if they get blown out, it does give you a good sense of the gap that everyone talks about. But Cincinnati has the opportunity to disprove that. Are we ready? You guys ready to move on to the next topic?
Or
No,
the
we
next,
saw the last.
Oh,
season.
right.
next game,
Georgia, Michigan.
Georgia and Michigan. I think this is just such a I like both teams with really good defenses, future NFL players on both sides, Aiden Hutchinson, Jordan Davis, and then just pretty solid offenses that uh, play better when their defense plays great. But I think Georgia is just a better team. I think everybody knows that. And Georgia wins in a very low scoring battle, score of 19 to 17.
Oh my God, 19. Oh, so that's a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety.
That is an
Yeah,
interesting one.
I like that.
I'm going to say a touchdown and 4 field goals.
What I want to see is they go to overtime. I know college. Well, I guess this wouldn't work in college football overtime. Overtime, 17 to 17. Sacked in the end zone. Game ends on a safety. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh my God.
Loss of 75 yards.
Oh man,
That
that would
would-
actually be so sick. I like that a lot. I think it's going to be a little higher scoring, but again, not too much. God, I just realized that I'm forgetting the name of the Georgia quarterback.
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson. That is the. Oh my God, what a great name. So I was actually going to choose Michigan, but I'm choosing Georgia now because I like the name Stetson Bennett a lot. So Stetson Bennett is going to throw like 3 picks against this great Michigan defense, but I think they're still going to manage to win. I think a pick 6 seals the game, but it's still going to be, and it's going to end up with a score of. I like the idea of a safety a lot, so I'm going to go with 23 to 17.
I don't know if I have an exact score prediction. I don't think. I mean, who's favored? Georgia, right? Georgia's favored.
Probably.
I think that Michigan defense comes through. Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know. Is he even a Heisman finalist? I think he is.
He is a Heisman finalist. I
He-
also I'm going to talk about that too right after we finish this.
I think Hutchinson. He looked so good against OSU, and I think he'll repeat that performance and bring Michigan to a victory.
Yeah, so I'm going, I guess, staying on college football, but going to the Heisman finalists. We talked about, we indirectly talked about all 4 Heisman finalists. Bryce Young, quarterback of Alabama, who probably will win it. C.J. Stroud, Ohio State quarterback. Kenny Pickett, Pitt quarterback, and Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan defensive end. I think I love all 3 quarterbacks. I think those are all guys that should be there.
Yeah.
But Aiden Hutchinson, he very well could be the number 1 pick in this year's draft. He's not the best defensive player in America this year. It's Will Anderson. It's not particularly close. The man had 32 and a half tackles for loss.
Oh my God.
That's, I believe, tied for the NCAA record. I believe he had more sacks as well than Aiden Hutchinson on the season. Will
Yeah, he
Anderson,
might have. Is he a senior?
He's a sophomore.
Wow.
Jesus.
He's gonna be a number 1 overall pick one day.
Will Anderson is a sophomore.
That's crazy.
He's absurd, and he should have won it with ease, or not won it, but he should be in New York with ease.
Somebody's fire alarm like chirping.
Yeah, I hear that too. I think it's Baden because I'm in my room.
It's probably mine. It
Right.
it kind of goes off like that sometimes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Quick Cavs score update: up 9-8. Evan Mobley has 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Matthew just texted me. Apparently, they're putting a guard on him. So 7-foot Evan Mobley is being guarded by probably Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, timeout on the timeout after Darius Garland bad pass. So that's where I want to leave it at. The NFL.
All right, so Thursday night football tonight. What did I just say?
Not tonight.
What did I
Bud.
just say?
Not tonight.
Okay, that was. I'm used to recording on Thursdays. My bad. Okay, Thursday night football, not tonight, but on Thursday. We got the Vikings versus the Steelers. I don't remember who's at home.
He's looking it up. That's why we're pausing for a
I
second.
am looking it up. Also, Adam Thielen has been ruled out. Vikings are home. So I think the thing I want to point out here is the Vikings are 5-7. Every single game they've played this season has been just a one-score game. The Vikings, every Vikings game goes down to the wire every time, and I think that won't change here. And I'm really hoping the Vikings pull off the upset.
Yeah.
Vikings are the favorites.
This is.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh yeah, go Baden.
I think this game is gonna be similar to Washington Pittsburgh last year. Just a really odd defensive battle for no reason. Both quarterbacks play kind of sloppy. Defense makes plays in and out all the time. And just like that game, the Steelers lose.
I don't think that's a bad take.
I hope so.
All my homies hate the Steelers.
For real.
That's just. So I was actually on one of our older podcasts. I don't know exactly which one. It was probably 2 weeks ago at this point. I was talking about how good Kirk Cousins was and how he's not getting any recognition because the Vikings are frauds. But I truly believe that Kirk Cousins on even a slightly better team is probably in the MVP conversation. He has 3 interceptions right now, and he sits in the top 10 in the NFL in passing yards and touchdown passes with 3,400 for passing yards and 25 for touchdown passes, which is very good.
That's very good for what? We got 6 games left, 5 games left.
I don't know. I'm very impressed with him this season. Pittsburgh, trash. Big Ben is cooked. Get him out of the NFL, please. I don't think that they can make that offense roll enough for it to be a threat to the defense. And I don't think, while Steelers defense is good, I don't think that they're going to stop Kirk Cousins this game after losing in that embarrassing game to the now 1-10-1. Right, they are 1-10-1, maybe.
Yes, they are.
But to the 1-10-1 Detroit Lions, I think that he has a bounce back game. I actually don't know how he played in that, but I think he has a bounce back game and throws for 350, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and I'll say 31-17 win.
Yeah, me personally, like on your Kirk Cousins for somewhat MVP conversation take, I just don't really see it. I think he's a guy who, like, the numbers are better than what the tape shows. Like, I personally think a lot of different quarterbacks with a pretty solid offensive line, Dalvin Cook in the backfield, and probably the best wide receiver duo in football.
One of the best for sure. I don't know if it's the best.
I might be blanking on a couple, but Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are both top 15 receivers in my opinion. I think Justin Jefferson's top 5.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Thielen is somewhere in the 15 to 20 range right now. He's having a down year.
I said that in the last podcast that I think Justin Jefferson's top 5.
Yeah.
Like,
so you either said he was top 5 or he was gonna be top 5 somewhere soon.
I think I said he was gonna be top 5, and Ben said he is top 5 right now. And
Which you guys should go listen to that podcast right now.
Yeah, if you have a podcast, well, finish this one first, but then right after, go ahead and listen to that podcast and leave a like. and subscribe and leave a comment.
There's literally no one watching it at this point.
Yeah,
You guys,
maybe
for the no one who's listening right now, maybe my grandfather. Our average viewer duration, we only hold your attention for 1.5 minutes.
so special. How is this possible? I guess we should probably say this at the beginning of next episode. Next time.
Yeah. It's okay. We can say it again because no one will hear this, so it'll be brand new to them.
Well, I love how we're making fun of ourselves.
We love you, viewers, but only when you're actually viewing.
So only for 1 minute and 38 seconds.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
1:38.
Hey, look, with how oh no, I'm not gonna say that. I was about to say how good we are at loving.
Bro.
Okay. So, back to football.
Yeah,
Adam Thielen is questionable with his ankle. Dalvin Cook is out, or is it the other way around? No. Thielen is out, and Cook is questionable. He's not expected to play. Cook is leaning towards no. So those injuries are killer, but Justin Jefferson is a killer as well, a killer of secondaries. I think Jefferson's gonna have 15 receptions, 170 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
I think he's gonna go crazy.
Not the worst take either. I like that. Yeah. And you got a score prediction?
Um,
I'm gonna say. I said low scoring defensive battle. I'm gonna say 20 to 15. Weird score. And the Vikings win. Justin Jefferson scores the only offensive touchdown of the game.
for both teams, the
For
Steelers
both-
nail 5 field goals.
Or what is it? They get a pick six and get a 2-point conversion.
All right, I'm gonna go 37-34. Steelers lead. Vikings go out early. Steelers come back in the third. Vikings grab it and come back with maybe a minute left, and then shut down the Steelers on a final drive.
Maybe our Browns bias is getting to us because I don't see the Vikings holding a lead. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't care. I don't want the Steelers to win, so I'm just gonna.
I don't see the Vikings holding a lead, but I do see them winning on a final drive because that is one thing Kirk is good at. Final drives, he's not that bad.
Maybe not on prime time, but
Oh yeah, primetime Kirk.
Oh, I forgot it's prime time, Kirk. Oh no, what have I done? Sorry, Kirk. Clearly, I'm the reason you're gonna screw up this game. I forgot primetime Kirk Cousins was a thing.
but
Right.
the good thing is if the Vikings do win, then the Kirk Cousins curse will be on the Steelers. If you guys don't know what the Kirk Cousins curse is, no team has ever lost to Kirk Cousins and gone on to win the Super Bowl in his entire.
Okay, that's kind of sick. I like that.
That's good. But what's the sample size?
His entire career.
Oh.
That's a
Come on, Jake.
That's a good 9 years now, 10 years. Yeah.
I can't believe I wanted Kirk Cousins on the Jets. Still so wild. I was a big advocate for signing Kirk Cousins.
He's way better than any Jets quarterback in the last 20
It's
years.
true, but we also I know that we haven't been very good, a while.
Good.
Hey, we almost made the we almost made the
You almost made the first pick. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
We almost don't whiff on every pick, but we did.
We're just bullying Sam. Sam, I actually want to talk about this. Why did you become a Jets fan? Or I really want to know.
Yeah.
So my dad grew up in New York, right?
Oh.
So he went to NYU for a year. He did all of his education in New York. So he had a lot of time to watch the Jets. Yeah, and he just kind of forced that onto me, so I had to deal with it too. But hey, let's have a kind of a dim. I don't want to say bright future because the future's not bright. Like it's at least like there's a light bulb there.
I mean,
Flickering.
you guys do have 2 top 5 picks projected so far right now.
God bless the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh,
Seattle Seahawks.
There's this one person who sits at our lunch table who likes the Seahawks, so we do this to bully them because just how
The Seahawks, they had a past, shouldn't have passed on the 1 yard line. They don't have a present. They're what, 3-8, 3-7.
Seahawks slander. I love it, man.
And then their future, they have no future. Their only good player on offense besides DK is getting old, and he'll be gone very, very soon. The Seahawks are screwed. They're totally screwed.
I'm not trying to make fun of this because this actually isn't funny, but Jamal Adams is out for the year, and that is the man that they traded 2 first-round picks to get. They got a backer for 2 first-round picks. So, I don't know. That's clearly looking like they won the trade.
W. Nobody can see it, but I'm holding up the W right now. All right, so I figured that means we should get on to our Benchwarmers of the week. I only have 2, but I think that's okay. So my first one is, oh man, who was it? 1 second. I had him up. Well, actually, I don't remember them. So I'm gonna go with my benchwarmer of the week, and that is, there was a comeback player of the year. He's not even warming the bench, but I'm counting it. Lamarcus Aldridge. He was warming the bench for a while last year. Heart problems forced him out of the NBA, but he's back and he's balling out.
Yeah, it's good to see.
No stats to back it up, but if there was a comeback player of the year award for basketball, it would be his, no doubt about it. So shout out Lamarcus Aldridge. You are my bench warmer of the week. And then I guess we should get on to our trivia. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. I'm pulling it up. Anything you guys want to plug while it loads?
Twitter.
It's true.
At Benchwarmers 216.
And we now have a TikTok. We haven't posted yet, but it is kind of a placeholder. Benchwarmers _ podcast. Follow us there. I'm trying to think if I have any Benchwarmers of the week I want to give. Yeah, it's tough. The Cavs.
Can we count Ramondre Stevenson?
That's true. You look good.
Patriots running back.
Dude, that game was so wild.
Ran the ball 46 times. That's so wild.
Right, 1 second. It's almost finished loading. Very long. It's very long. So I got it.
All right.
Got it up right here. Within the 2 decades, 2000s and 2010s, which Browns quarterback set a franchise record in passing yards? So, 4 options here. Colt McCoy, Jeff Garcia, Ellie Holcomb, and Josh McCown.
I'm gonna say McCown. McCown had like a 400-something yard game that I remember.
McCown, bro. It's got to be McCown.
That's your guess? Both of you guys?
I think so. I'm gonna say McCown.
Well, you guys both got it right. The answer is McCown. McCown, let me pull it up.
Threw for like 450 or something.
Yes, McCown threw for 457, 2 touchdowns, and another rushing touchdown in a team comeback against Baltimore overtime.
Is he still like an active NFL player?
No, I don't.
No, he was the quarantine quarterback, which was one of our other name ideas for this podcast for the Eagles last year. I think he's coaching like a high school football team right now. So shout out him. He was a great Jets quarterback too.
He was a quarter of the teams in the NFL can say he was a great fill-in quarterback for them. Josh McCown, what a baller.
Quarterback when Josh Gordon had his crazy year.
He was 2015. I don't know if he was. Which was
McCown was there in 2015, I think.
Well, yeah, no.
Town was 2015, and I just don't remember. Was it 2014? Josh Gordon.
Year was 2013, I believe.
That's Jason Campbell, Brandon Whedon, and Brian Hoyer.
Brandon Whedon was the quarterback when Josh Gordon went crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's when Josh Gordon, fun fact, only receiver in NFL history for back-to-back 200-yard receiving games.
Really?
Respect on Josh Gordon's name.
Man,
All right,
he could have been so good.
Next piece of trivia is, hold on. Is it? Not as an alternate, which two Browns made the Pro Bowl in 2007?
That's
So,
the whole question.
I know. I got your four. I got your four right here. Kellen Winslow and Derek Anderson. Braylon Edwards and Jamal Lewis. Braylon Edwards and Joshua Cribbs. Braylon Edwards and Kellen Winslow.
Braylon Edwards and Cribbs.
I'm gonna say, I know one of them was Edwards. I'm like almost certain one of them was Edwards.
It's got to be Cribbs for the other.
I want to say Cribbs. That feels like the easy choice. Yeah, I'll say Cribbs. I think Cribbs makes sense.
You guys are on a roll. It is Joshua Cribbs. Braylon Edwards recorded 16 touchdowns, and Joshua Cribbs had some of the craziest kick returns.
Put some respect on Braylon Edwards, though. What a guy. Stuck on a poverty franchise, but really, really a great receiver.
Yes. Which Browns running back scored the most rushing touchdowns during the 2003 season?
Oh, man.
I couldn't name you a single player on the 2003 Browns.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. I have people. Sorry.
I was looking at Jacob. Was like, is he searching it up right now?
So James Jackson, Lee Suggs, William Green, and Jamel White.
Oh, man.
I'm William Suggs.
Can you say the four again?
James Jackson, Lee Suggs, William Green, and Jamel White.
I said William.
I'll say Lee Suggs.
I'm gonna say William. I forgot his last name already.
William Green.
William Green.
Well, neither of those are correct, but I'm not gonna blame you because this team had a trash rushing attack. So the answer is James Jackson. He was a third-round pick, and you want to guess how many yards Here, I'll give you a point if you can get to whoever can guess the closest amount of yards.
488.
That's got to be too low. 550.
It's 488, but he was too high. The leading Browns rusher this.
Oh my
God.
God.
It was most rushing touchdowns. Sorry, but it's the same thing because this guy also led the team in yards, I believe. 382 yards on 102 carries.
Gosh.
That's jeez. I'm so glad we have Nick Chubb now, man.
0.8 yards a carry, dog.
So and then for the final question, I don't know the answer to this. So does anybody have the Gamecast open or the Gamecast open right now? Don't open it if you don't.
Okay, I will.
All right, so whoever gets the closest to how many points Evan Mobley has right now gets a point.
12.
14. 15. 15.
I think he's got 11.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Were you right?
I was closest. I said 12.
Finn was one off, yeah.
Well, we're up 29-24, so I guess this is where we'll end it off.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me give Baden another point. So right now the score tallies for trivia: 4 for Jacob, 7 for Baden, and 4 for me as well.
That is brutal.
Yeah, Jacob. The fact that Sam didn't even participate in this podcast.
Slander.
All right.
Yeah, Cavs up 29-24 end of the first. Beautiful. beautiful.
shame.
Love to see it.
Glad the Cavs are winning, though. All right. Thank you all for tuning in to our 6th episode. We had a blast recording, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.